Hey everybody! Today I'm going to lead you through the setup and installation of Night Owl's smart video doorbell. Pay close attention to the on-screen text, which will provide some extra tips. Now let's get started. Before we start, please note the Night Owl smart doorbell replaces your current doorbell. If you don't have a doorbell, or your current doorbell chime doesn't work, do not install the smart doorbell. Also, you should absolutely verify that you have at least 50% Wi-Fi signal strength at the installation location. You can do this using a mobile device. Alright, let's carefully open the box and remove the quick setup guide. Open it to the What's in the Box page and make sure you have everything needed for installation. You'll also need a drill bit, router, and a USB power adapter, which are not included with the smart doorbell. Perform the setup process close to your Wi-Fi NVR or your router if you're using it as a standalone doorbell. Let's get the doorbell prepped for installation. First, we remove the faceplate by pushing down using your thumbs. Then, remove the cover from the micro USB input using a flat tool or your fingernail. Make sure to put the cover back on before mounting. Next, insert the small end of the provided USB cable into the micro USB port on the doorbell. Connect the other end of the cable to a USB power adapter. Plug the power adapter into an outlet. Once the doorbell is plugged in, be patient as it powers up. This may take a couple of minutes. And first, you're going to hear the doorbell say, "Doorbell is ready for use."
Doorbell is ready for use.
Then, the doorbell will say, "Doorbell is in pairing mode."
Doorbell is in pairing mode.
And the white LEDs will spin clockwise. Keep the doorbell plugged in until you're ready to mount it. First, make sure the doorbell is in pairing mode. If it's not in pairing mode, press and hold the reset button until you hear the voice prompts. Now, using the included mouse, right-click on the screen, and then left-click on the menu icon. Enter your username and password. Now, if you don't know your password, click on Forget Password and follow the on-screen instructions. Once you're in the menu, left-click on the Camera tab, and then left-click on Add Camera. The camera may take up to 3 minutes to enter pairing mode. With the camera in pairing mode, left-click on Wireless Add. The wireless NVR searches for the camera. Notice at the bottom portion of the screen shows all cameras that are currently paired to the wireless NVR. Close the menu to see the camera's live view. It's important to note that you can only have as many devices as you have channels. In this example, the WNVR has 8 channels. If all the channels are occupied, or if you're replacing a particular camera, you first need to open a channel. To do this, return to the Camera tab in the menu. Left-click the wireless channel the old camera is paired to, and then left-click on Delete. Now you can add a new camera or wireless device. Before installing the doorbell, it's imperative to turn off the power at the breaker. If you don't turn off the power at the breaker, you run the risk of electrocution. Once the power is off, remove your old doorbell. Place the mounting plate or the included mounting plate template on the mounting surface to mark the positioning for the new holes. If you have a junction box, line up the mounting plate screw holes with the junction box holes. Then use the junction box mounting screws to connect the mounting plate to the junction box. When using the angled mount, if the angle points away from the door, you will have a wider view. If you mount it facing towards the door, the live view will be focused on the door itself. Using the included screwdriver, loosen the screws on the doorbell, then securely wrap the wiring around the screws, and then tighten the screws. Next, Attach the doorbell to the mounting plate using the mounting plate mounting screws. Once the doorbell is mounted, place the faceplate over the doorbell. Go ahead and securely fasten the faceplate using the Torx key and security screw. Once the smart doorbell is mounted, you can turn the power back on at the breaker. Now go ahead and test the smart doorbell. If it rings normally, you're done and you can relax. If it doesn't ring, or it rings endlessly, you probably have a digital chime and need to connect the digital chime power amp. When installing the power amp, you must first turn off the power at the breaker. Next, remove the cover from your internal doorbell. Loosen the front and trans terminal screws. Do not remove the wires connected to the internal doorbell. Connect a wire from the power amp to the front terminal and the other wire to the trans terminal. Securely tighten both screws. Make sure the power amp isn't interfering with any of the moving parts. Now replace the cover and turn the power back on at the breaker. Before testing the doorbell, return to the app, go to the doorbell settings, and tap Doorbell. Then tap Bell Type and select Digital. Go ahead and test the doorbell. It should be ringing and ready for use. For more support videos, quick setup guides, and manuals, go to our support site at support.nightowlsp.com.